Okay, so here we are, back again. I hope it's in focus. Let's begin. A few days ago, I started this concept where I'm gonna write down all my podcast dialogue, if you will, or just like questions, whatever it is. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna write it all down. Where's my notes? All right. So if you missed it yesterday, well, you didn't miss it because I didn't even post it yet. But when this comes out, if you did happen to miss it, go back and check my food. I should probably start a food channel. The last topic, when I was on here, we was talking about air and space and how can they occupy the same area, right? But today's topic is the effects of family not being family, which has some music to play, but I don't have any music to play, so what is family? Now, a lot of people consider it a lot of different things, but when we get down to the bare fucking minimum, what is family, bro? All right, family, or at least in my opinion or in my experience, because that's all we really got to deal with. In my own personal experience, family could be great when they're working together. If family's not working together, it's shit, bro. It's a shit combination. It's a shit outcome. It's just shit, right? We're not gonna drag this out. When family ain't being family, family can be shit. With us knowing that part, family being able to be shit. But like I said, if family's working together, it could be fucking beautiful. Just 9 times out of 10, family doesn't like working together. Why? I don't know. Try not to worry about it. Yeah, this is good. Shit. I don't want to pause this. I'll be right back. Perfect. Okay. Family could be shit. It could be beautiful if they're working together. If they're not working together, then it's just gonna be shit, right? We can agree on that. However, right, is family strictly genetics, or can strangers be family? I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like, I have some family members who are more like strangers than, I got family members that are like strangers, and I got strangers that are like family members. I guess strangers can become family and family can become strangers. What about being married, though? Like, you marry into somebody's family. Does that make you real family? You married until your partner dies or whatever. The family that you married into, are they still going to accept you like real family? It's one thing to be accepted by family that's not family. It's another thing to be rejected from people that you married into as family, especially when you lose that connection to the person that made y'all family. Which brings me into my next question. How do we feel about families infighting? How do we feel about infighting within the family? Like, if you've been watching me, I got a brother. Say me and my brother, right? The Hatfields and the McCoys, right? And if you don't know who they are, they're two big-ass, rich-ass, powerful families that would always feud against each other. They weren't necessarily related, but there was a power struggle between the two families. I don't know the specifics of the families, like what they were into as far as money-wise or whatever the case. I don't know those specifics. All I know is the story of the Hatfields and the McCoys and how they used to fight. Kind of like Romeo and Juliet's families. That might be who I'm talking about. But either way, infighting within the family, as far as really trying to get one over on somebody, you know what I mean? Like my last episode, I was complaining about how everything's always fucking up. Like, my charge on the battery is always dying. My setup is never always correct. Things missing and shit like that. At first I was blaming my brother. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I wasn't. At first I was blaming my brother, which is understandable because he and I are the only two that use the camera bag and shit like that. But however, I do feel I wasn't being fair. One thing to blame somebody for something, but it's another to look back on that situation and evaluate it and to figure out where you fucked up or where you went wrong. Now, granted, like I said, more prepared, made sure everything was the way it needed to be as far as like the batteries, the memory cards, the cameras, my setup. I could have made sure all of that stuff was correct before I said, you know what, let me jump on here and hit record. In that aspect, I was wrong for that. and I shouldn't even have done it. Infighting within the family could be worse than that. I'm just over here ranting and raving about the shit that I think my brother did or didn't do. Granted, like I said, I could have done more for myself in the situation that I was putting myself in. So for me to blame somebody and not take any responsibility on it, that's a fuck up on my behalf. Because I should be better than that. But sometimes just that alone, like that little spat or whatever, could spread into something worse. Really preying on each other's downfalls. Really trying to, like, sabotage everything that we got going for ourselves. Like, even the stuff that we got going for each other, the stuff that we do for each other. Like, ruining things to that point or taking it to that degree. And honestly, that shit is whack. You know, like competition with your family, competition amongst friends, competition amongst people that you day to day with, that shit is fucking whack. I don't know where the concept came up that it was good or healthy or whatever the case may be. Yeah, it's probably healthy if you guys are in a business that calls for it. But if y'all are working towards the same goal and shit, like, there's no reason for us to be trying to sabotage the next step or anything like that. And I guess I kind of fell in that category in my last episode when I was blaming my brother for doing shit he may not have necessarily even have done. He probably, if I think back, I don't remember him having the camera the whole month, the whole last month, you know what I mean? The whole summer. I don't remember him having the camera the whole summer. So for me to have been like, oh yeah, like, he's not doing this, he's doing that, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, that shit is super whack on my part. And for that, I need to apologize to my brother for that. So my bad, dog, because you know I don't even get down like that. Shit like that. Infighting within the family can really destroy the family, right? Or like, what about family members that conspire against one another? Like, you sit down with your cousins, and just so happens that one or two of your other cousins that ain't living up to their standards is absent from the function. They not there. Just open conversation, like, yeah, so and so. You know what? I personally, bro, I like to keep shit real, and I don't like having to mask what I'm trying to say, right? If you know me, then you know this is how I've always played this game. So I'm going to just tell it like it is, right? I might get some shit wrong, but I can guarantee you that I'm more than correct on most of the shit that I'm going to talk about, right? My cousin Kalika, love her to death. I ain't got no problems with her. I want to make that clear right now. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not agreeing. I'm not disagreeing. However, whatever I do feel about whatever my cousin Kalika is doing, I'll tell her. She knows me and her have a great relationship. The last time we spoke, her value of the conversation, if I wasn't the type of person to just respect people being real with me, I would have took offense to it. Because she basically called me out on some shit. It was about how I'm living. The time that I'm spending alive while I'm living and shit. Like, she brought up my old goals and things like that, or old conversations and shit that we used to have as kids, and like our dreams and things like that. So granted, she was super drunk on the phone, like 11 o'clock in the morning, and she was telling me this, but she was going through her own shit. But that's not the point of the conversation, right? Because I've been day drunk before too. If I was a weaker person, or like a easily offended person, or someone who just didn't understand what she was trying to tell me, I would have took offense to it easily. And low-key, like, looking back, I don't think I did, but like, it did resonate with me, you know? Like, I'm not mad about it. I honestly, like, I'm not mad about it. I respected it and I appreciated it, because ain't nobody kept it real with me like that in a long time. So like, with her, she lives her life, right? She had a baby at a young age and things like that, and there's some other shit to her life that is not my business to tell. With all of the cards that she was dealt, she don't necessarily make the best decisions. We're allowed to do that. No one said that we had to get every situation perfect every time. No one said we had to get them perfect any amount of the time. We just think that. That's how we operate as people. And her siblings will... I can't say they conspire against her, but I will firmly stand on the fact that when her siblings get together, they don't have nothing nice to say about her. It don't matter what. She could hit the lottery today, change her whole lifestyle, be fucking the walking image of the Saint Mary, right? They'll still hold her accountable for all the shit that she did in her past, which, you know, is healthy for people. And for them to change the habits, if it's a current behavior that they still are doing, But if it's things that they have moved past, that they've matured beyond, and they don't do those things anymore, then if they've acknowledged it and if have accepted their responsibilities from it, then okay, cool. You know, like, leave them be. All that old shit is old shit, and we should be able to move past that, right? We shouldn't hold anybody accountable for their past transgressions against us or against themselves, as long as they acknowledge it, and whether or not they're sorry is a whole different story, right? As long as they acknowledge it is the most that we can expect from people. So she's done some shit in her life where I guess her siblings felt like she's transgressed against them or regressed instead of progressed in her life. And they take offense to it, I guess, because, you know, that's their sister. They want her to do good. They want her to live well. They don't want her in any struggle or any strife, right? Wrong. Not everybody's like that. There are some people in this world who will definitely conspire with family members, friends, whatever, associates, whatever. They will conspire against you just because you're doing something they're not doing, or you're a little more successful at doing something than they were. Anything under the sun, doesn't matter what specific thing it is, there are people out there like that. Now, I'm not saying her siblings are like that. I'm not saying my siblings are like that. I'm saying there are people within our family who do operate like that. Now, whoever it may be, leave a comment down in the fucking comment section. You know, let me know if you my fucking family, tap in for real. You know what I'm saying? If you my family, tap in, because I'm gunning at y'all right now in this episode. I'm not mad at nobody or nothing like that, but y'all know how I get down. So, on that note, let's move on to the next question. Where does family dysfunction come from? Where does family dysfunction come from? Does it start with the elders and it just trickles down through the bloodlines? Or does it start with the aunts, the uncles, the elder cousins, the younger cousins? Where does family dysfunction start? I have a fucking shit ton of family dysfunction. I've even rapped about it in a few of my songs. Matter of fact, granny values. If you ever get a chance, go look up granny values on anywhere that streams music. Probably not SoundCloud. I'm gonna just be real, probably not SoundCloud, but Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, anywhere that streams fucking music legitimately, where the artist can get paid for it. Look up Granny Values by Puzzy B. Puzzzyb. Granny Values, like your grandma, granny. Granny values, like this cost. Granny Values, bro. Tune into that song. Go tap into that song, bro, and come back. Stop the video right here. Go listen to that song. Come back and... You finished? We can continue? I bet. So like I was saying, there's people in this world who are really like that. But where does family dysfunction come from? Does it come from the elders not agreeing with the younger generations on how they do things, or vice versa? Is it jealousy? Is it hate? Is it envy? Is it greed? Is it manipulation? What is it? Where does it come from, bro? Where does it come from? Because I know for one solid fact, I see dysfunction in my family every day, and I low-key kind of like, I try to distance myself from it, even though I know that doesn't help, because then that's an effect of family not being family, not getting involved when they know something's going on and trying to help change it or trying to help fix the situation, which a lot of my fucking family like to do, and that shit pisses me off. That's the type of shit that pisses me off. Because why the fuck are we even family then at that point? You know what I mean? Like, if you're not going to look out for me, or I'm not going to look out for you, why the fuck is we even family? You know what I mean? And that's something that really pisses me off. Like, I'll stop fucking with people entirely because of shit like that. because it just don't make sense to me. Like, we shouldn't be that type of family. We got too much going on, too much motion in the family, too much of us doing stuff publicly for us to be doing shit like that. For us to not be a cohesive fucking group of people. Especially when we all have, if not the same, similar fucking backgrounds. I don't know what the fuck big ass beetle, red bug beetle shit this is, but I'm gonna get his ass. Yo, what the fuck is that, bro? This shit is big and red, and motherfucking, I feel like I need to kill his ass, bro. If he don't come over here no more, then he'll be alright. But if he bring his ass back over here, bro, he's gonna have to die. I don't want to kill him. I want to make this clear. I don't want to be that guy that's on here killing fucking weird looking insects just because they're fucking with him. But this shit is red. It looks like a fucking wasp, but it's red, my boy. It's red. It got a fucking tail on it this fucking big. And that motherfucker is looking at me right now. Like I said, I don't want to be that. There's another one over there. Lord, I hope that them ain't them things that that I'm supposed to kill. Because if it is, bro, I'm not going to do it. But anyway, dysfunction in the family, that shit is weird to me, and I don't fuck with that, right? When we catch our family doing stupid shit, right? Not living up to their values and things like that, or not being a productive community member in our family that they should be, how do we feel about community shaming them? You know, like getting into a group call, FaceTime group chat or something like that with all of us in there and everybody like, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that, you da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? How do we feel about that? Is that helpful? Can that be a productive thing to the person who's fucking up? Or is that person just going to feel attacked? Because like I said, family is about family, bro. I don't care what it is that you got going on. If I can't tap in with you, then I'm not going to tap in with you. And probably not going to look at you like family no more. But if I could tap in with you and we could kick the shit and we could talk the shit like how it is, then hell yeah, you my motherfucking dog for real. And we ain't never going to fall out. Because I know you can keep it real and I'm going to keep it real with you and you going to keep it real with me. And we going to be fucking family, right? Because that's what family's about, bro. If you can't be real with your family, then who the fuck is you? So, community shaming within the family. That's a tough subject because, like I said, it could be helpful for those who aren't easily offended. Matter of fact, the intervention shows. Remember that shit where people used to be on drugs and their family was trying to get them off drugs, but they didn't want to be off the drugs because they wanted to be the drug head? And the whole family come through and be like, listen, you need help. We're here to help you. We love you. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And all that bullshit, right? Does that actually work? Does it actually work? I don't know. Excuse me. Never had an intervention in my family. They usually just turn a blind eye to everything, which I think is the worst fucking thing we could do as a family. So, community shaming, from what I've seen, that shit don't work. Within my family, it don't work. What about the unwillingness to forgive family members who have used drugs in their life? I have a few family members in my family that have used drugs and have abused drugs and probably still to this day aren't forgiven, or maybe they could be forgiven if they would take the time to look at what they did, if they was to acknowledge the shit that they did, or, you know, maybe then the family would be more willing to forgive, right? Because my dad has used drugs in his lifetime. I think my brother still holds it against him. You know, my brother was firstborn and back then, so, like, he says that he's seen a lot and things like that. My brother does have a very strange memory. He does. I'm not going to take nothing from it and say, like, he be remembering shit differently or he be making up shit in his mind. I'm not going to say that because there's been times where he's brought something up to me and I'm like, damn, how the fuck do you remember that? Because I didn't remember it until you just mentioned it type of shit. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not going to sit here and try to play my brother out like he don't have a good-ass memory, even though I think he be smoking it up sometimes. But he do remember a lot of shit that when we were kids I don't remember, and we're only 2 years apart. So I think my brother holds that against my dad. I haven't asked him because, like I said, that's not my business. You know, like, I can talk to you about it and things like that, but ultimately, you got to be willing to talk to the person, or at least, you know, you got to be willing to hear both sides. Because I can't sit here and be like, yeah, my life is perfect. I don't do none of da-da-da-da-da. When I know that I have work that I could be doing to fix my own shit with the people within my family. So, like, my dad's used drugs before, and maybe not so much my sister or me, but maybe my brother has paid for it more so, being that he was older. But my brother and my dad, they bump heads a lot, bro. And like I said, I think it's partially to do with that, because I had a conversation with my brother maybe last week or the week before, and this isn't what he was saying, but this is how I'm gonna interpret it, just to save conversation. Whatever we was talking about, it basically came to, like, my dad not being there, right? My dad was always there, but he wasn't always available, and I always tell people that. And I let them take it for however they're going to take it. He was always there, but he wasn't always available. And that's partially due to the drug use, you know, like him out being in the streets, doing whatever. He used to sell drugs too, so, like, the selling and the using of drugs. And my mom and my dad bumping heads and arguing and shit like that about his lifestyle, or whatever the case may be, and whatever else they were going through at the time as me and my brother were growing up. They did it a lot when my sister was growing up, but I can't say it affected I can't say it affected any of us more so than the other, because we were all there. We all have witnessed a certain degree of it, right? But my brother, being, like I said, he was the first child, so, like, he's seen it from his end. He's seen how it's affected everybody, and he's seen it from his siblings' ends, and how they were either affected by it or how they had to adjust prior to it, which, you know, in some cases that can cause jealousy with people, or, like, a discomfort with the siblings. Like, it's not anybody's fault, but, like, he could easily turn it around and be like, well, I had to sit here and watch this, I had to go through X, Y, and Z, and y'all were too young to realize it or see it or anything like that, which he kind of did say. But then I was like, bro, we're only 2 years apart, which is a lot of time, but to me, it's not a lot of time. It's not enough time for, like I said, for me, it's not enough time for me to agree that what he's seen isn't something that I haven't seen. If you get me. If you get me, right? If you get me. If you don't get me, then we can fix that. That's just something that, like, I took into account. Like, yeah, maybe he did see some shit that I didn't see, but do he really remember it from being a year and 3/4 old? I don't think so. Me personally, I don't think so. But I can't say no for a fact, because it's not me. That's not my life. I don't know what man remembers or how he remembers it, because there's certain things that I wasn't there for. And there's certain things that he's seen that I didn't see, that I seen that he didn't see, and so on and so forth between me, my brother, and my sister. So why, if, like, my dad, he's clean now, he's clean and sober, he doesn't do drugs, he smokes weed, but he don't smoke cigarettes no more, and he don't excessively drink alcohol no more, or use those hard drugs and shit like that. He don't do none of that stuff no more. He just smoke weed and drink a little bit of beer here and there, which is cool, you know, like, he stopped smoking the cigarettes. He's almost 3 years clean smoking cigarettes and shit like that. I can't remember the last time he was even in a bar, to be real with you, because it's been so long and shit like that. But, like, he don't miss it, you know what I mean? So, like, and that's what I mean. Whatever he went through when he went to rehab and came out, And whatever steps he did to be where he's at today, I commend him. You know, shout out to him. You did whatever it was that you had to do in order for you to be here for your kids, your grandkids, your lady, your family. You know what I mean? Like, he do what he need to do. Even though it's a lot of the shit that he don't want to do, it's you do it because, you know, because you want to, I guess. You know, like, you want to be there for your family and things like that, so you're going to do what you got to do, right? Right. So I've forgiven I can't speak for everybody. I have forgiven my dad for his shortcomings on drugs and things like that, but I also will defend him and say that he was there during key moments and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, teaching me how to ride a bike, teaching me how to stand up for myself, teaching me work ethic, teaching me how to make money for myself, teaching me how to be my own man in this world. He's taught me the basics. You know what I mean? And everything else is left up to me to figure out. I can't look at my dad and in hopes that he's gonna hold my hand for me, you know, because he's not here for that. He is here for advice now at this point. You know what I mean? I'm half his age. Granted, I see certain things differently than he will, and me and him bump heads on certain things, but that's purely because of my beliefs and shit like that. So I'm not gonna hold my dad accountable for that, because that's not his responsibility. Whatever shortcomings I have in my life because of the things that I'm doing in my life, I can't blame that on nobody but my motherfucking self, because I'm the one who's responsible for it. You know, like, I'm the one who's not putting my best foot forward in situations where I could be putting my best foot forward. And that's my fault. And here come that fucking bug again. I'm gonna just... Oh, he see me. Bro, he looks so fucking angry right now, bro. Like, I feel like if I spray this shit, he's immediately coming to sting the shit out of me. Fuck it. I ain't never been no pussy, nigga. I hit him with a little bit of it. He looked like he's trying to fly. He looked like he's about to die. I don't know. I don't think this kills. I think it just deflects. Oh shit. Man, it's coming back. He looked like he trying to sting something. He trying to sting something. Fuck, nigga, you ain't finna sting me. Yeah, go on, get up out of here, nigga. So anyway, I can't blame him for none of the shortcomings I have in my life, because where I fall short is where I fall short. My dad's giving me the tools to use, right? And that was the conversation I was having with my brother, because he, like me, we have very different outlooks on things, which is okay, because we're not supposed to always see things the same way. We're supposed to work towards a common goal sometimes. What about blood being thicker than water? Family being stronger than strangers, or closer than strangers? I think we already touched on that earlier with the can strangers be family and family strangers. I don't see anything else different than that, if you get what I mean. Like, it seems like it's valid. Seems like blood isn't thicker than water, because I don't think it is. Also, let's remember that there's water in blood, but I don't want to get into the technical shit. I just want to talk to y'all. Let's get it going. Family who get involved with each other for financial gain. We don't fuck with those. That's weird. If you only gonna fuck with me for the money that I could possibly maybe give you, you better off getting a job. We don't like gold diggers. We ain't never like gold diggers, especially in the family. Shun those motherfuckers. Should you have to pay your family to babysit? Yes and no. If your baby's easy, deal with, easy going, you know, on a schedule, does what babies do and things like that, then I'll say no, because it takes a village to raise a family. But if your baby's one of them combative babies, they like doing all the extra shit, they don't listen, they like crying, you can't get them to sit still, you can't get them to feed or nothing like that, yes, absolutely, it's called a stress payment. Pay me for my stress for dealing with your child. I'm going to watch your child, but I need to be compensated for it because of the situation. Now, if you pay for a babysitter, if you pay your family member to be a babysitter, should you have to buy groceries for the household outside of what your baby needs? and you offer to compensate me for my time, and I say no, and then you say, all right, well, let me buy food for the house. Is that acceptable, or should you just take the compensation? Is that you overcompensating somebody, or you being generous? You can overcompensate with somebody for paying them because you're paying them more than what you're asking. And if your baby's just a baby, then all that food in that house, that baby ain't eating. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's your responsibility. Is new additions to the family's obligation when it comes to supporting and raising the kids? I agree, and I disagree. If they're not my immediate family members, no, they're not my obligation. If they're like cousins and things like that, no, they're not my obligation. But if they're like my brother's kids, my sister's kids, or like my dad or mom decide to have another kid, yes, absolutely, they're my obligation in helping support raising those kids in whatever way that I can. This is my personal opinion again. In some episodes, I will say that it is not in no way, shape, or form. Whether your brother, your sister, cousin, whatever, it's not your responsibility, your obligation to help raise them, because it's not your life. That is your family member's life that they chose to bring into this world. And if they are unprepared, then that is their shortcoming that they have to deal with, and it should not fall on you. Unless you're like me or my sister. Or if you were raised like how my grandmother raised us. Not everybody got the same raisins from my grandmother, so that's why not everybody's the same. My grandmother taught us always to be there for family whenever you can. If you can. So yes, raising kids, yes. Should they be compensated for it? No. I don't think so. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it. Can family members actually forgive each other? If each party is willing to acknowledge their fuck up, then yes, I think family is actually willing to forgive each other. I think they can truly forgive each other once they put their differences aside and realize that my life ain't their life, and what I choose to do with my life is solely what I'm going to have to pay for, not you. Can you burn bridges with family? Fuck yeah. I got some family members that burn bridges with me that could never even swim across the fucking water for me to help them. They could be drowning today and I still wouldn't help them. But then again, like I said, not everybody was raised like how my grandma raised us. Even though she raised us to make sure that you can be there for family and help family however you can, as long as it's feasible to you, I'm also entitled to make my own decisions in life. That part she understood. Can family be successful while being in a broken home? This is more like for you and your siblings, your immediate family, mom, dad, brothers, sisters. That's it. That's more of a question for that. Can your family be successful while living in a broken home? I don't think so. Because it's too much dysfunction. You need teamwork in order to be successful. You need things to work cohesively to be successful. Things to fall together in the right places at the right times to do the right things that you need them to do. With a broken home, there's already too much animosity, too much disdain for one another, too much your fault, no, your fault type of thing, right? Which, that happens in family, but sometimes you just got to be able to acknowledge where you're wrong, look past it, and keep it moving. Should family get involved for the benefit of the family? Abso-fucking-lutely yes, bro. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. Can family be broken from the beginning? Can you descend from a broken family? Like your ancestors, which, granted, most people that look probably do. At some point in a distant past, near future, they come from some kind of broken family. Yeah, family can be broken from the beginning. I think so. Having a baby with somebody that you don't intend to spend the rest of your life with. It's a broken family. Y'all had the same goals in life, but yet y'all bring a life into this world and shit, and the child ends up paying for it. So family could be broken from the beginning. And like I said, these are all my personal opinions. Don't take offense to this. Can situations permanently break a family apart? Yes, because I said some families have already burnt my bridges with that. Is confrontation amongst family good or bad for togetherness? I'm a little 50-50 on that, because if you're easily offended and highly probable to defend your wrongdoings in life, then no, the confrontation is not going to go well. It's just going to go left. And I've had that situation with plenty of my family members, siblings included. But if you're not, then yes, it could be good and it could bring y'all together. Like I said, with some of my cousins, me and my cousins, we keep it as honest and as true as possible with each other. And so we're tethered in Fort Knox. A family estate. Now, when I say family estate, I mean like family estate. 60 acres, 7 houses. You know what I mean? Is that good or bad? Can it be beneficial or can it be detrimental to the family? Because, you know, some people die and they were the owners of the house, but their kids don't necessarily have their shit together, so they can't afford it. So, like, their thing is move, sell the house, take the money, be done with it. Now, that, in my eyes, that slowly creates separation amongst the family. It's like I said, the way I was raised, if you're able to help take care of your family, do so. It's not a question, it's more of a moral. So if you're able to, yes. If you're not able to, then you're just not able to. You know, like, you can't expect people to be able to do everything for you all the time. Especially when it's not my situation, I don't need to deal with it. I don't need to be punished for that. The fact that you can't afford this house, but you've been living in it for your whole life, and you know, like, that it costs to live here and shit like that. Granted, the family owns the land and owns the houses and things like that. We should be able to finagle our finances and pool our finances together in order to keep the house, to save the land, to save the family cohesion, to save the estate for our family, so we can pass down this land to further generations. That way they don't have to worry about most of the shit that we worry about as we grow older as children. I think it's 50-50. Can family have the same morality or motivations? I'm gonna say yeah. If they're on the same page, yeah. If they're not on the same page, then it's gonna be shit, like I said from the beginning. Does family draw a line with the lengths that they'll go for family? I think so. Now, with me speaking from experience and not just my own personal account, I have seen people who will do more for their friends or more for a stranger than they will do for their own family. And it's sad to say that, but it's true. I'm never gonna not acknowledge that family be fucking up big time with family when they do shit like that. It's cool to draw a line with family. I'm not saying that you gotta be all in or nothing with them, but making an exception for your family whenever possible, I think is always good for the morale of the family. Leading by example type shit. Like, if I could do this, then you could too. Especially when it's for family. And yes, I have seen people draw lines with family on the lengths that they'll go. Does family ever look past emotional traumas you've bestowed to them? Again, not from my own personal experience. Well, from my outside looking in, no, they don't. But from my own personal experiences, yes, they can. It's possible. Not a lot of families will do it, though, which is, you know, like I said, it's fucking sad when family is not family. It tears the family the fuck apart. Should families work together to better their relationships with each other? Yes, bro. Yes. I don't even know why I had to ask that question. But yes. Always yes. Never no. Unless that family member is one of them wild-ass family members who don't give a fuck about nothing. I have an uncle. He's like that. He is one of them people who one, he don't look past. For him to be in a family estate and shit like that, it'd be detrimental. For him to be confronted about family or the community shaming and things like that, it's not gonna go right. It's always gonna go left. He does not have the same morality as us. He does not have the same motivational aspirations as we do. He, in his mind, has come from a broken family from the beginning. He feels he's entitled to a lot of shit that he's not, and that's nobody's fault but his own. He needs to work on acknowledgement. All in all, it comes down to, can family work together? Can family succeed together? From my own personal experiences, in my own account, in my own family, from aunts, uncles, to cousins, to brothers, to sisters, to friends that I consider family, to family who have been married into the family, to friends who've had kids with family members. Now they're involved in my family. If I was to take everything into account, no, my family, no, we could not be successful together. No, maybe a handful of us, like 4, 5, 7, 10 of us, but no. And I just ran out of space on my memory card. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. I'm gonna leave a little bit of audio. I'm gonna talk a little bit for like 2, 3, 4 minutes, but I'm gonna wrap it up here. So yeah, no, I don't think my family could successfully work together to succeed in anything that they do. They don't have the same motivations. They're not inspired by the same things. I don't think they personally care to work together. I think everyone in my family has their own personal agendas that if they could, they would love to implement on the family for the betterment of themselves. Family members who don't get involved when it comes to family, I love y'all, but fuck y'all for real. I don't like the way y'all are moving. I don't like the type of shit that y'all are doing, and you need to fix it, because that's not how you was raised. Now, for the ones who only get involved when there's money involved, fuck y'all to the highest accord, for real. Y'all are low-key one of the main problems in the family. Y'all only want shit when there's money involved. Y'all don't want to do nothing for the betterment of the family, so fuck y'all. And yeah, I'm getting a little angry talking about the subject. Like I said, it's a little personal, and most of the shit I'm only speaking from my personal experiences or on my own accounts from outside looking in. And yeah, this shit is annoying, bro. Yeah, it's fucking upsetting. Yeah, it's aggravating. Yeah, it's depressing. Yeah, it's unmotivation. Yeah, it's fucking destructive. Yeah, it's toxic. Yeah, it's fucking malpractice within the family. Yeah, it's all of that, bro. It's all of that. Especially when we're family, bro. Especially when we are fucking family. I don't care what that person did to you, bro. If that motherfucker beat the shit out of you and told you that they ain't sorry, what's it matter, bro? What's it matter? What's it matter? Be like, let's be fucking real. What's it matter? They all gonna take it there every time, bro. They never not gonna take it there. Why be offended by it? Why take it to a place that you know is not gonna benefit you? Why turn your back on family members knowing damn good and well that you gonna need them at some point in your life? It don't matter whether it's today or if it's fucking tomorrow. We all know this. So why, bro? Why? Why do we act like we don't care when we know that we do care, bro? Because I could sit here and I could talk about all the bullshit that my family has ever done to where I'm like, I could stop fucking with them today and shit like that and not skip a beat. But I don't do that. I choose not to do that. I choose to look past all the bullshit that they bring to me because I know low-key that the motherfuckers, they're not doing it on purpose, you know what I mean? Like, I can't look at somebody and be like, yeah, they did this shit on purpose, because I know that they didn't. And even if they did, that's shit that they gonna have to deal with, you know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna have to deal with somebody else's bullshit because I choose not to let their bullshit affect how I'm gonna deal with them. If you my family and I fucks with you and I love you, bro, that's all that matters. Anything outside of that, bro, either water under the bridge or some shit that I ain't hear about, so I ain't concerned with it. I ain't the type to fucking want to turn my back on family because that shit is goofy as fuck, bro. No matter what you do in life, bro, you turn your back on family, you are fucking lame. Oh, God. Just to keep it true and to keep it real with fucking people, bro, that shit is weak as hell. And me personally, I could never forget nobody for being no lame ass like that, bro. I won't. You show me that you're not willing to get involved with family, bro, I don't really got too much for you after that point. Because, like, if I'm on fucking fire, you going to walk past me or you going to pour water on me or you going to piss on me. That's how that shit make me feel, bro. That's how that shit make me feel. And that's why when it comes to shit like that, bro, I just turn a blind eye. I don't judge them because, you know, like I said, that ain't some shit I got to deal with. That's what they got to deal with. Shit's never going to be on me because it ain't mine and I ain't the one doing it. When it's shit like that, bro, that shit just pissed me off just thinking about it. Because, like, I don't understand how people could be so comfortable with that, bro. Most of the time, when people are on shit like that, bro, they have a tendency to have shit going on in their own life that they're ashamed of. So they're like, nah, I can't help nobody because of the shit that I got going on in my own life. Shout out to you for being real with yourself, but at the same time, like, how are you gonna live with yourself? How do you live with yourself? Because I know for a fact, if I was to turn a blind eye to some people in my family, bro, I'll never be forgiven for that shit. They'll fucking burn me alive at the stake, bro. And that's all I'm trying to understand is, like, how people can be so cool with it. Like I said, bro, that shit is lame energy to me, whack energy to me. So, granted, like, if it ain't me, I don't gotta personally deal with it and shit like that, but it's just like, I don't want that type of fucking energy around me, you know what I'm saying? I'll legitimately go to war for the majority of my family. But the majority of my family won't, though, bro. And it's okay. You can't ask me to come save you. Because you're not willing to save. The family that ain't willing to save, bro, why would I save them? The family that's not willing to help, why would I help them? They're going to get the help and get all the saving that they need and never return that shit, bro. And that shit is whack to me, bro. I don't care what you got going on, bro. Family is one of the most fucking important things in everybody's life. Because if ain't nobody had no fucking family, bro, they wouldn't fucking be here. On that note, to all my weird-ass fucking family members, all my goofy-ass friends, and all the people in the world that are feeling entitled to shit that ain't theirs or that they ain't worked for or that they truly don't deserve. Fuck y'all, have a good day. You know who it is, it's your boy, and I'm off this motherfucker, man. Turn off, bitch. Turn off! Gonna lie, I just wanted to make sure that y'all motherfuckers understood, like, I had one hiccup today. I think just one hiccup. And that was the memory card being too full. Like I said, I can always do better. And I'm on the track. The battery was fully charged, even though it's at like 10% or something like that. I need more batteries. But the battery was fully charged, my phone had space, my camera had space for the most part. I could end it at the no where I said, can family be successful? No. I could end it right there, or I could let it rock out and give you this little extra tidbit of shit, you know what I'm saying? But on the real, it's on the real, it's really all love with me. I just hate when people be acting funny, bro. I don't like when people act funny. Don't act fucking funny, bro. You wanna act funny, do that shit on your own time. Do that on your spare time. Don't do that shit with me. Don't do that shit with the people that we fucks with. Don't do that shit, bro. You know what I mean? Just don't fucking do it, because that's weird energy and it's never gonna get you nowhere. So, like I said, you know who it is. It's your fucking boy, and I'm out this bitch, man. Holla at me later, or don't holla at me at all.